and welcome. You're with the NewsHour Agenda. I'm Padmaja Joshi. The big story from Karnataka today comes from the Assembly, where the Congress has decided to stage an overnight sit-in at the Vidhan Sabha. The Congress and all of its leaders are protesting inside the Assembly even as we speak. Over last week, in fact, this demand has continued, this protest has continued. What they are asking for is the sacking of Minister Eshwarappa, who is accused of saying that one day a saffron flag may be hoisted at the Red Fort in place of the tricolour. Now, the Congress is demanding that the minister be sacked and booked for sedition, given that so far the government has been adamant and has refused to do either. The Congress has declared, we will continue to occupy the Vidhan Sabha till action is assured.
ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಿರೋದು ನಾನು ಇವತ್ತಲ್ಲ ರೀ ಯಾವತ್ತೋ ಒಂದಿನ ಇವತ್ತು ಹಿಂದೂ ವಿಚಾರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಚರ್ಚೆ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ, ಹಿಂದುತ್ವದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಚರ್ಚೆ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ. ಅಯೋಧ್ಯೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಮ ಮಂದಿರ ಕಟ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂತಂದಾಗ ಒಂದು ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ರು, ನಗ್ತಿದ್ರು. ಹೌದಾ? ಕಟ್ಟಿದ್ವಲ್ಲ ಈಗ. ಹಾಗೆ ಯಾವುದೋ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನು 100 ವರ್ಷನೋ 200 ವರ್ಷನೋ 500 ವರ್ಷ ನಂತರ ಭಗವತ್ ಧ್ವಜವೇ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಧ್ವಜ ಆಗಬಹುದು, ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ನನಗೆ. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಹಾರಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು, ಈಗ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಸಂವಿಧಾನಬದ್ಧವಾಗಿ ತ್ರಿವರ್ಣ ಧ್ವಜ ನಮ್ಮ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಧ್ವಜ ಅಂತ ಒಪ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಗೌರವ ಕೊಡಲೇಬೇಕು. ಯಾರೇ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಗೌರವ ಕೊಡ ತಪ್ಪಿದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರು ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರದ್ರೋಹಿ ಆಗ್ತಾನೆ.
The image of this country, you want to place in place of a tricolour, our national flag, you want to place a KSR flag, which is against the law of this country. They want to change the constitution, they want to change the national flag, and the minister himself is admitting what he said, but still the governor has not sacked him, the chief minister has not sacked him, the case of sedition has not been booked. So we are demanding he has to resign immediately. The case has to be registered. We are protesting. We want his resignation.
Even as the Congress protest continues, overnight the government has said that Eshwarappa's comments are being twisted for the reason of politics. In fact, the Chief Minister went so far as to say that it's the Congress which is violating the flag code by brandishing the tricolour inside the Assembly.
See, insult to the national flag, insult to the nation is a very serious matter. Eshwarappa, the member of the Bommai cabinet, a leader of the BJP, has insulted the national flag, and this matter cannot be taken lightly, and we are going to take it very seriously. Yesterday also we have protested. Today also we are going to protest until he resigns or he is dismissed, or and the sedition case is booked against him.
The history of the Vidhan Sabha, nobody in the world, they are not brought national flag. National flag have a sanctity, and the rules is there, regulations is there, how to use, where to use, what is the size, all things is there. Congress telling Congress party 120 years back. This is the lesson giving public. Congress party giving the lesson to the student, what they are giving the student. This is the regarding their respect to the flag. This is insult. They are insulted the national flag. They have to book the criminal case against them. Then only Congress will understand the law.
You're watching the News Hour at 10. Debate number 1 on Times Now. Super Prime Time.
Joining us on the debate, Tehseen Poonawala, political analyst, Syed Aslam, spokesperson of the JDS, Anurag Naidu, author, and the first question is to you, Shazia Ilmi, national spokesperson of the BJP. For a party that is so vocal and very particular about how the tricolour must not be insulted, how can you continue with a minister in Karnataka who has said that in the foreseeable future, the Red Fort will see a saffron flag?
No, first of all, let me say that nobody in BJP either agrees with that. We've all seen the Prime Minister pick up the Constitution and say, this is the book I swear by. Every minister takes the oath on the Constitution of the country, over the Constitution, the book of the Constitution. So there is no question of BJP being all right with this. And I cannot disagree with this more. what this particular minister has said.
You know,
Eshwarappa
that is
ji has
strange,
said.
Shazia Ilmi, because
And
not a
I
single
think, but
person.
you know,
No,
to boycott
I'm
the
sorry.
assembly session.
I'm sorry. When a Kesri Dhwaj, when a Nishan Sahib was unfurled by protesters at the Red Fort on 26th of January,
yes.
the country was outraged. The BJP was doubly outraged. And today there is a man sitting in the Vidhan Sabha who is saying that one day the same Red Fort will see a saffron flag instead of the tricolour. What right does he have to continue?
No. First of all, those two things cannot be compared. That he's making this comment and he should apologize for it. The least he can do is that he should say that this is his opinion and this is
And you know what is worse? Far from apologizing.
So that's one thing.
The Chief Minister, I'm sorry. There cannot be two standards on this.
Let me finish.
If the tricolour is sacrosanct, it is sacrosanct for everyone. And let me actually tell you that far from actually asking for an apology, the Chief Minister said the Congress is violating the flag code by getting the tricolour inside the assembly. Is that the bigger problem, or is it a problem that a minister continues to sit in the treasury benches after having said our saffron flag one day will fly on the Red Fort?
I think the minister made his remarks. The minister made his remarks which were unconstitutional and constitutionally unpardonable. But Congress did not have to make, hay out of it and bring in and make it all about anybody's loyalty to the country. And it is not about a Congress BJP, at all here. So please don't even compare this incident with what happened at Republic Day. People actually went atop and actually hoisted it. So please, let's not even say that it's compared.
The comparison is there. The comparison is there because the denigration and the replacement of the tricolour will be untenable and unbearable to any self-respecting Indian. Yes, Syed Aslam. Congress should not make hay, says Shazia Ilmi.
Padmaja, first of all, let me be point blank to Shazia Ilmi ji. She's defending the undefensible, right? Anybody who has no respect to the tricolour, the national flag of a nation, and the constitution of our nation. Ma'am, can I finish, ma'am? Ma'am, if I have got time, can I finish, please? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Ma'am, let me be point blank. Let me be point blank, right? Anybody who has insulted the tricolour and the constitution of our nation has no right there has no right to hold the constitutional position. It is the BJP and the right-wing organizations who are not able to take the stand. I want to ask Shazia Ilmi ji and the BJP government in Karnataka, do you have any respect to the national flag? Do you have any respect to the constitution of this nation? Do you have any respect?
I don't think I should answer this
If at all there is any respect, you need to immediately take action against this minister.
See, that's what I'm saying.
We are not only demanding the resignation, he should be removed as the member of Legislative Assembly. He should be removed as the member of Legislative Assembly. Do not try to defend this. First of all, the RSS and the BJP have never agreed the tricolour as national flag. You never totally accept the constitution. If you are the ones who hailed Nathuram Godse.
Okay. Again, now let's not. While you are completely right in asking for the resignation of Mr. Eshwarappa, let's not throw the baby out with the bathwater and completely get carried away about where history stands vis-a-vis the tricolour. Anurag Naidu, with what authority can the BJP question anyone who is questioning the tricolour, the affiliation to the country, loyalties, when Mr. Eshwarappa continues to conveniently occupy the Karnataka Assembly?
We are being very unfair to Mr. Eshwarappa. It was just a spur of emotion, and he never disrespected or undermined the value and importance of the tricolour. And we all know that. Let's be very honest. See, we are talking as if saffron is kind of an inauspicious color. It is not. I mean, and how many times did this country not change the flag? You tell me at least starting 1906. 4 to 5 times the flag underwent some kind of a minor modification, and even if you talk about 16th century, Shivaji Maharaj always wanted Bhagwan to be everywhere in the country, but we were not, it's not that we are not following, or it's not that we are undermining the importance of Bhagwan flag. So the flag keeps changing time and again. Mr. Eshwarappa, I don't know, Mr. Shazia Ilmi also was taking a stand. I don't know whether it's an official stand of BJP, but I have heard Ashwath Narayan, I have heard a battery of ministers in Bangalore right here defending Mr. Eshwarappa and making it very clear what he really meant. He never meant that the flag should be
absolutely humiliating that you're defending
there might be a
BJP.
day when we might see
Absolutely
a Bhagwan
humiliating.
flag. What's wrong
No,
with it?
just a second. What is wrong? What is wrong? It is not about the color saffron. Nobody is speaking out against the color saffron. What we are speaking for is the Indian tricolour. This is the same argument as somebody saying, what is wrong in the Nishan Sahib? It is held in high esteem by those who believe in the Sikh faith. But it has no place on the ramparts of the Red Fort today, or 50 years from now, or 100 years from now, or 200 years from now. At the Red Fort, Anurag Naidu, only one flag will fly, which is the Indian tricolour. What does this have to do with saffron? It's got nothing to do with saffron.
It is nothing to do with
Red Fort is about India. Red Fort is not about any one faith or religion or saffron or green or any other thing.
I challenge. Tell me one statement of Mr. Eshwarappa where he said that he does not give due importance to the national tricolour. He has never said that. And also tell me,
sir, if I say I am going to remove the parliament and make a temple over there, you do not have to say that I disrespect parliament. You're basically saying I'm going to replace it with something else. That is the basic point.
He exactly
nobody is saying that.
Can
you tell me,
he exactly
did the national flag of
Canada.
India ever change? Did it change in the past? Did it change or not?
Tehseen Poonawalla, this was not meant as disrespecting the tricolour.
Good evening, Padmaja. Thank you so much for having me on the show, and good evening to all the fellow panelists and your viewers. I'll just take the viewers through a brief history. The tricolour as a concept would be the Indian national flag was decided way back in 1928 in the Lahore Declaration. And since then, Shazia, I'm very grateful that you called out Eshwarappa's bigotry. Shazia, with the same breath, just answer this. On July 14th, 1946, 14th August 1947, and post that, one gentleman said that the tricolour is Ashok, it should not be there, and it should be replaced on the Red Fort with a saffron flag. That gentleman was MS Golwalkar. Thank you for calling out Eshwarappa. Today, call out Golwalkar. Say that Golwalkar was also wrong in that.
Let me also call you out. No, Tehseen, very good. Tehseen, oh my God, Tehseen, oh, wonderful. Let me call you out. And your friends in the party in the Congress, when they openly support people like India and who say देश की बर्बादी तक जंग चलेगी. And that call it freedom of expression. Let me also call you out.
Okay, respond. You respond to that in full. But let Tehseen Poonawalla finish his point. Let's have one person finish their point and then you come back and respond. You come back and respond after 30 seconds. Yes.
Thank you, Padmaja. The reason I got thank you.
Just a second. Shazia Ilmi, please give 30 seconds so that he can finish his point and then you can respond in entirety. Yes.
Thank you, Padmaja. Padmaja, the reason I took your viewers to this historical context is only because I want to say that what Eshwarappa said is not out of the box. It is something the RSS has been saying from time immemorial, and even now the BJP spokesman does not disassociate with MS Golwalkar. Just a second point, just hypothetically imagine me, you, or any of the other panelists here, instead of the saffron flag would have said, an Islamic flag, a green flag should fly over the right spot. What would the BJP have done? What I'm trying to say is the BJP is a party born out of the RSS that does not respect the tricolour, does not respect the tricolour.
Anurag Naidu. Fair comparison. Imagine someone saying that one day our flag will fly on the Red Fort.
Let me reply, Shahzad Tehseen Poonawalla. You know why green? I'll tell you what is the importance of it. Green never had importance when it comes to the history of India and the great warriors this country had, the Hindu warriors. Never. It was always saffron starting, even if you take the reference of Shivaji Maharaj, even if you take the greatest of warriors, saffron was for prosperity, saffron was for triumph, and saffron was for the victory, and saffron happened to be the fourth leading color for the Indian tradition as a whole. That is representing our culture. So if it is about the green and saffron, I will vouch for the fact the whole of India will vote for saffron. But the debate is not that. The debate is, did
sir, just a second. Now we cannot. Okay, we cannot go back in history and redefine what colors have meant. And if really the color green, and it's not any association with any one religion, if green was that unbearable to us as a country, it would not be in the flag of the Jan Sangh and then subsequently in the flag of the Bharatiya Janata Party as well, which is in government at the center. So please, let's not go into these generalizations and say, saffron is very important for us as a country and other colors are not. There is a very specific reason. We have saffron, green and white in our national flag. And that is the reason, Anurag Naidu, it flies at the ramparts of the Red Fort. Again, we come back to asking, how can you say this was not an insult? Would it be okay for you if any other religion said 200 years from now, we will have our rule in the country and then our flag will be hoisted there?
So be it. Mr. Owaisi is saying every day, Padmaja.
And you question him for it. And by the way, he's never said it, to be fair to him. And if he did, you would question him. You would say this is not an Islamic republic.
It's always been telling. Always been saying. I don't know. I can share you the clippings of it.
He hasn't said, first of all, he hasn't said the Islamic flag will ever fly at the Red Fort. Let's be very factually correct on that. He has not said it. And if he said it, it would be patently wrong. And dare I say, there would be cases against him. Which is why I ask you, why is it okay for a minister to say it? Far from having cases, he continues.
I am all for cases against Mr. Eshwarappa. If he had said the tricolour should not be posted on the red flag, on the Red Fort. He has not said that. He said there might be a day. It is his emotion.
I just want to, I don't know, my good friend Anurag Naidu, he understands Kannada or not, because I do very well. What Eshwarappa said is very clearly, if not today, after 100 years, Bhagwa Jhanda can be put on the Red Fort. That is what is said in Kannada. So let me make it very clear to Anurag Naidu. Can you allow me to speak, please?
There's a difference between
the reason we say time and again that the BJP is against the national flag and the constitution, because there are just some months before, it's Anant Kumar Hegde, who's the honorable MP from Karnataka. He had said that he wants to change the constitution. Right? This clearly denotes, says that the BJP and its parent organization RSS is of the mindset that they don't accept the national flag and the constitution on the Amrit. After 75 years of Indian independence, they are still not accepting the national flag. They're not still accepting it. Sir, you need to take a clear stand today. Let me give you some facts. There are 409 sedition cases which have been booked after BJP has come to power from 2014. 409 sedition cases. This is against the students. This is against the opposition leaders. This is against the academicians. All have been booked under sedition cases. Do you think this case attracts sedition case against Eshwarappa?
Absolutely not.
Blank question.
Anurag Naidu.
Why it should? Where did he demean? Did he say tukde karenge? Did he say Karnataka ke tukde? Did he say that? And you are taking reference of the tukde gang and the sedition charges. What kind of reference and what kind of comparison you are putting here? I mean, this is ridiculous. You don't understand the language. You yourself have said that can be hosted 100 years later. He has put a press conference. Chief Minister himself made a statement. What kind of a comparison you are making?
Do not have fake patriotism. Do not have fake nationalism.
Sir, I don't have to show fake patriotism. I am talking logic. Sir, I am talking logic. I am taking reference of the Chief Minister. I am taking reference of the battery of ministers who have done a press conference and clarified what they meant. Mr. Eshwarappa also took a press conference and clarified what he wants.
Do not try to misguide the people of this nation. Do not use your diversionary tactics.
Sir, the mandate of the people of Karnataka is clear. Sir, for your reference.
Shazia Ilmi, now you hear Syed Aslam, you hear Tehseen Poonawala. Tomorrow, what moral high ground or any moral ground will the BJP have anywhere in the country for saying X insulted Tricolour, Y insulted Tricolour. They will say, why don't you first speak to Mr. Eshwarappa and then come back to us?
First of all, there was, yes. So first of all, there was no, Tricolour was never insulted and would never be insulted by anybody from the BJP, be rest assured. It could only be members of the other side who would talk about
oh my God, you got a patented right of nationalism
and cutting it up into fractions. Right. Never. We would never give support. We would never give support to such people, and we would never have a ministers. I mean, Mr. Eshwarappa did say this, and I don't know, because I don't understand Kannada. I don't know what he meant, but I can tell you, you will never have the likes of Manishankar Iyer in a party where they will go to Pakistan and say, oh, how do we remove a democratically elected Prime Minister? Can you help us? We will never have the likes of Kejriwal, which have Amanatullah Khan kind of people who will say, no, let me, it's a long list. Amanatullah Khan of people and who support Sharjeel Imam, who says
why
no,
are you doing
India should be cut off and the supply
you will not gain anything of what about today. You will not gain anything of what about today.
You know, let me tell you this, Anurag Naidu, let me tell you this, that in 2015, Congress leader Hardik Patel was booked for sedition and arrested after the police in Gujarat accused him of insulting the Tricolour. You know what he did? He jumped over a Tricolour in order to break a barricade. He jumped over it. He was arrested. He was booked for sedition. And today here is a man, a minister may I add, who is saying one day we will replace the Tricolour. Again, how are you going to stand in front of any right-thinking person and say that Hardik Patel's offence was worse than that of Mr. Eshwarappa's?
Padmaja, are you really comparing what Hardik Patel did?
I am. You know why I'm comparing? Because ironically, 2 years later, the same Gujarat government dropped that case against Hardik Patel. They realized that it wasn't a strong case. Yet, he was arrested. But not even a condemnation for Mr. Eshwarappa, leave alone an arrest or an apology or any word of even a reprimand. Why?
Padmaja, you're talking about a physical flag being insulted. That is exactly what Mr. Eshwarappa and the Karnataka Assembly right now taking reference of. The Congress leaders are carrying the flag by their hand, and kind of it is not as per the code of conduct. So that is the kind of parallelism you should draw. Here, Eshwarappa has not taken a reference or not carried the flag saying that it is I'm insulting the flag or today I don't want to see this flag or want to disrespect this. He said there might be a day. Might be a day.
But sir, wasn't the idea of nationalism to say there is never a day when anyone will replace our Tricolour? Because our Tricolour stands for India. It is about India as a country. Doesn't nationalism demand that we say people literally die for this Tricolour to ensure the Tricolour is not replaced or removed by anyone? Isn't that the whole idea? That people are laying down their lives to ensure the Tricolour is never replaced. And here you are justifying a minister saying one day we might. Isn't the whole idea of fighting for your country that that Tricolour will never be replaced? Ever? Final word to you, Tehseen Poonawalla.
Padmaja, I was very intrigued by Mr. Anurag saying that the Tricolour was carried in the hand. By his logic, I will be under sedition case because I have the Tricolour tattooed on my arm, if you can see it on the thing. I have the Tricolour. So if you carry it on your hand, it's a sedition. Here, they are going to chop off my hands. These are people who are hypocrites. They never respected a Tricolour. It's their history. And they've still not condemned what Golwalkar said was wrong. And this is a part of their culture.
Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. You can defend it. But the fact is, any right-thinking person who's watching you right now will see that this is not a comment that can be swallowed, leave alone be defended in this fashion. And far from an apology, we don't even hear a condemnation or a reprimand. How can you defend this? I will leave it at that. Thank you very much, all gentlemen, and Shazia Ilmi for joining me.